What's going on, guys? Justin with 1791. Thanks for watching. Today I want to talk about the importance of having training firearms in your arsenal. So let's get into it. Alright guys, so a lot of you that have been around for a little while probably remember the big gun run of 2020. And then before that there was the big gun run of 2012. And then before that, there was the big gun run of 2008. Now, that one might be a little bit too far in the rearview mirror for some of you guys. I was personally in the Navy when the big gun run of 2008 happened, and ammunition and guns were hard to find just because of political talking points about banning certain guns and all this, that, and the other, and ammunition became hard to find, and guns became hard to find. Even gun accessories became hard to find. I remember I was shopping for my very first Trijicon TA-31 ACOG, and I really wanted to put an ACOG on my rifle that I was building at the time, and I just couldn't find one to save my life. I ended up having to back order one. So now, if you take being a protector seriously and you have the big boy toys like a full-size AR-15 or a full-size Glock pistol, it's important to have some way to train that isn't expending full-size duty ammunition. So the first one I'm going to talk about here, this is my Smith & Wesson M&P 1522. I've had this gun for quite a few years. I have it set up much like I would have pretty much any other fighting rifle. I have a red dot on here. I have a flashlight thingamadoodler, backup iron sight up front, and I have a sling. Now, I don't have all of my fighting rifles set up just like this, but I have a few of my fighting rifles set up very close to this. Now, the nice thing about something like this is it has very similar manual of arms to a full-size AR-15. You have a magazine release button. You have a charging handle, albeit it doesn't pull all the way back as far back as a full-size AR-15. You have a bolt catch release right there. So it has very similar manual arms. And you can train for literally fractions of the cost of shooting full-size 5.56 ammunition. Now, there's some drawbacks to using a system like this, especially if you overuse it. For instance, if you take this to the range much more often than you take your 5.56 to the range, you're not going to be used to the balance of your full-size 5.56 rifle because you're more used to the polymer one. So it's going to drive differently and things like that. But what I will say is if you set the balance of that training correctly, for instance, what I typically do is like a 4-to-1 ratio. For every 4 times I go to the range with my 5.56, the next time will be with my M&P 1522. Now, we're not directly affiliated with Smith & Wesson. We don't get, we don't get paid or anything like that. This is my personal Smith & Wesson M&P 1522, and I just want to talk about the value of doing or using that. So that's a great advantage there. Now, if we're in the middle of some sort of gun surge, which I will tell you guys, if you're missing the good old days of ammunition being cheap and plentiful, I need to tell you something. Right now is the good old days, all right? Right now. It's really never going to get any better than what it is. Ammunition is pretty affordable. You can get 5.56 ammo for 50 cents a round, give or take, and you can get 9mm ammo for, I think as cheap as like 20 cents a round, 25 cents a round. So it's available and it's affordable, all right, and there's variety. Now, it seems to me like a lot of times when there's some sort of like these runs on like guns and ammunition, they seem to be somewhat cyclical, and they seem to be pretty well connected to election cycles and things like that. So when you're in some sort of gun run, maybe that's the time when you flip-flop your training ratio. For instance, instead of majority of the time with the 5.56, you can flip-flop it to where the majority of the time you're training with a 22, and just, you know, stack your 22 cheap, buy your 22 cheap and stack it deep. Same thing with 5.56 or 9mm or any of your training or any of your go-to cartridges. But in times of a gun run, when it hurts a whole lot more to expend full-size ammunition, you can flip-flop that training ratio, and you're still getting in good reps with the 22, but you're not completely overlooking the value of keeping yourself sharp with the way your go-to rifle drives and balances and things like that. Something else I have up here, this is my Umarex Glock 17 clone. This runs a 43 caliber rubber ball, and it utilizes a CO2 cartridge. And then you stack it'll stack 8 rounds of those rubber balls in that magazine. So everything is reloadable directly from the magazine. So again, the manual of arms is very, very, very similar to a full-size Glock. Now, this is another alternative to getting in good reps, especially when ammunition is hard to find or ammunition is very expensive. It's a lot more affordable for me to go out and buy CO2 cartridges, and those rubber balls that you load it with, I generally reuse those a few times. I have a target that I set up, and to give my target more structure, I tape like a FedEx box in front of my paper target, and then I cover it with a shirt. And after I shoot a bunch at that target, I can just pluck the rubber balls out of the chest cavity of that shirt, and I can just reuse them for a few times. Something else that you can use something like this for is a marking pistol. For instance, you can get 43 caliber paintballs that you can shoot out of this thing, and you can run through various force-on-force scenarios, as well as having the ability to even train in your own garage and not have to go out to a range or something like that. Now, I'm going to do a different video later on specifically talking about this, and especially the advantage of training indoors, having something like this, but I just have this up here as an example of another way to get training with something that isn't your actual go-to gun, and you're not expending actual go-to ammunition. So thanks for watching, guys. If you got value out of this video, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. Please share this video with your friends. Maybe comment down below on something that you use to train that isn't expending your actual go-to duty ammunition. That'd be awesome. I'd love to get into a conversation with you guys in the comments about that. So thanks for watching, guys. Train hard and carry your gun.